I am pleased to be here with you today and extremely proud to have a leadership role here at Nassau BOCES during this exciting time in our history. As Eric mentioned, we are celebrating our 50th anniversary, and throughout the year, we have taken quite a trip down memory lane, revisiting our history. In the 70s, we began a variety of special education programs to serve the most severely disabled students, including a program for students dedicated to students with cerebral palsy. In the 80s, we helped districts introduce personal computers that revolutionized and improved student instruction and transformed school business operations in our component school districts. In the 90s, we provided leadership and direction as districts adjusted to the new mandate that all high school students pass 5 Regents exams to earn diplomas. In the new millennium, we started using a new and fresh strategy. We began moving from leasing buildings to purchasing buildings for our programs to reduce costs to Nassau County taxpayers. At the beginning of this school year, we asked staff and students throughout the agency to help us celebrate who we are. Please enjoy this brief video. The drone video is powerful because it provides us a picture of the engine that drives Nassau BOCES. The people in our buildings are that engine. It's pretty inspiring and speaks to the depth and breadth of our partnerships with districts throughout the county. It is in this network of relationships that makes education on Long Island so strong. Each and every one of you in this room plays a role, and I would like to thank each and every one of you for your service to the Nassau County community. Although much has changed in 50 years, the core mission of Nassau BOCES has not changed. We are an educational service agency, an organization that provides services to districts in this region, services that are both financially efficient, and financially efficient to the districts and programmatically effective for the students. We're an extension of the local school districts, a collaborator, a problem solver, and a regional leader. As an organization, we are all of those things. We're an organization built on the expertise, productivity, and the accomplishments of our dedicated and valued employees, along with our Board of Education. At this time, I'd like to share several of our publicly recognized accomplishments and points of pride of the individuals that collectively are Nassau BOCES. Nina Van Ert, Supervisor of Interscholastic Athletics, was honored by the New York State Athletic Administrators Association. Nina is retiring this year, and I would like to thank her for her service and wish her well. John Piccarello, principal of Rosemary County School, received the School Administrators of New York State Regional Outstanding Leader in Education Award. John will also be retiring this year, and I would like to thank him for his service and wish him well. Mindy Davidson, a vocational rehabilitation counselor at Rosemary County School, was named one of the top 50 most influential women in business by the Long Island Business News for her leadership of the Markham Workplace Challenge. The top leadership of our special education department, Karen Ellis, Joan DeTore, and Carmine Chiera, were published in the journal Psychology in Schools. And most recently, Susan McNulty, our principal at Carmine Road School, was elected to the Rockwell Center Board of Education. I would like to recognize the members of our communications office for winning several state awards this year. We have also had a number of staff members throughout the agency that share their expertise both at the state and national level. All of these individuals represent the expertise, capacity, and dedication that is Nassau BOCES. While I can only recognize a few people here today, it does not diminish the hard work of everyone else. Rather, it demonstrates the abundance of talent we have here at Nassau BOCES. Every year, Nassau BOCES presents Education Partner Awards to people who have made an impact on public education. This is our 11th anniversary of these awards, and we have recognized more than 100 education partners. This year, 3 Nassau BOCES employees were honored in March. At Nassau BOCES, we are blessed with loyal and devoted board members. Deborah Coates received one of the highest honors bestowed by the New York State School Boards Association, the Everett R. Dyer Award for Distinguished School Board Service. Michael Weinig received the State School Board's Lifetime Achievement Award for his participation in their professional development program. Ronald Ellerby was re-elected to the Freeport Village Board of Trustees. At Nassau BOCES, we serve nearly 1,600 students in our regional center-based high schools, another 489 students in district-based alternative high school programs, and approximately 2,000 students in our special education programs. We have roughly 1,200 adult career and technical education students, and more than 1,500 adult students learn English as a second language or are taking basic education programs with us. We also serve 22,800 students in our outdoor and environmental education programs, and nearly 25,000 students in regional summer school. We have had enormous success with the students who remain with us until high school graduation. 92% of students in special education academic programs graduate. 97% of Barry Tech students and 100% of Long Island High School for the Arts students complete their programs. The vast majority of all these students go back to attend post-secondary education. Our students are amazing ambassadors for both their home school districts and our programs, winning numerous awards and recognitions. Last month, 12 students received Nassau BOCES' highest student honor, the George Farber Outstanding Student Award. 4 students from the Long Island High School for the Arts were recognized for their talents by the Long Island Arts Alliance's Scholar Artists. Other LISA students have won music and acting awards. LISA also won 2 major awards this year. Program of Note by the Long Island Music Hall of Fame High School Music Department Recognition Program, and finalist in the Long Island Imagine Awards, Art and Culture category. As always, Barry Tech students made a great showing at the Skills USA State Competition in April. 74 students participated and earned 6 awards. 3 Barry Tech students earned second place in the New York State Greater New York Automobile Dealers Association competition. One of our culinary students was nominated to the United States Presidential Scholars Program. Another 57 students received Vanguard Awards, which recognizes exceptional students who are following academic and career paths that defy traditional gender roles. Nassau BOCES special education students received numerous honors as well, including 3 Siemens Neck Middle School students who were featured in the 2017 Earth Day calendar by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. 3 Center for Community Adjustment students participated in the Nassau All-County Art Exhibition. Our students won a variety of scholarships, including career preparatory students who will receive a $500 scholarship from Scope Educational Services. Repeatedly, Nassau BOCES staff and students have proven that they are just as committed to community service. Here are just a few examples of the ways staff and students support the region. Blood drives, fundraisers, and numerous clothing, food, and toy collections. We're amazed at their ongoing capacity for giving to and caring about others. Nassau BOCES students and staff have donated 480 pints of blood this year. Betty Rodriguez, an Adult Learning Center student, organized a health fair at St. Bernard's School. We are also blessed with many active PTAs who support our students in a variety of ways. This year, Children's Readiness Center PTA raised more than $10,000 through a gift basket auction in celebration of Autism Awareness Month. In addition, our employees are participating in many collective efforts to improve wellness and become healthier. Staff from Farber Lupinskie Centers have joined together to lose weight through Weight Watchers. This group has lost nearly 600 pounds since January. Yes. Excuse me, take a little break. I'd like to recognize Trustee B.A. Schoen, also is joining us today. Let's take a moment to recognize this year's retirees. These ladies and gentlemen have dedicated decades of their lives to this agency, and we wish them well in retirement. Before we move on to the heart of the speech, I would like to take a moment to remember and honor the employees who passed away this year. Catherine Heineman, a school social worker at Jerusalem Avenue Elementary School. Barbara Neist, a senior stenographer here at Lupinskie Center. Colin J. Ryan and Christopher Brzeskiewicz, both substitute teacher aides for special education. Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. As a regional service agency, Nassau BOCES has a unique view of the whole county and how changes in the population and economy impact our districts and their students. This allows us to see what is needed and what we can do to assist districts. On Long Island, we often talk about high property taxes and the cost of living, but it's easy to forget about the impact that it has on the families as well. A recent national report took a look at the number of people who are employed but who have limited income and assets. The report referred to them as hard workers who keep New York's economy running, but who aren't always sure that they can put food on the table, otherwise known as the working poor. I'm sorry to say that 25% of Nassau County residents fall into this category, and another 6% are living in poverty. In the last decade, there has been a significant increase in students qualifying for free and reduced lunch, growing from nearly 15% in 2008 to more than 27% in 2016. We are continuing to see a shift in student enrollment, where mid to high wealth school districts are experiencing a decline in student enrollment, while the enrollment in low wealth school districts are growing. The last 10 years has been tumultuous time in education and the economy. I would like to take a few minutes to reflect on what it was like when Nassau BOCES was created 50 years ago. In 1967, protests were erupting around the world against the Vietnam War. There were race riots, human rights activism, the Summer of Love was making headlines, and the Elementary and Secondary School Act was amended to include bilingual education programs. When this agency was created, there were just 6 employees and the budget was less than $100,000. But as you can see from these historical slides, we grew quickly. By 1970, our enrollments rivaled or exceeded our current numbers. So did Nassau County's population, which peaked in 1970 at 1.4 million residents, and then the county has seen a slow but steady decline in population, with the 2010 census putting us 1.3 million. One of the biggest changes in the age of the population, back in 1970, 38% of the population was under 19 years old. By 2010, the population under 19 had dropped to 26%. During the same time, we have seen many changes in technology and instructional design. Nassau BOCES has always taken a leading role in helping districts to understand and adapt to current technology and instructional design. In the last 25 years alone, we led districts through a number of educational reforms at both the state and federal levels. On the federal level, we've gone from the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act to the Common Core Learning Standards. In New York State, we've gone from the Compact for Learning to APPR. Nassau BOCES' mission has always been to be in front of the crowd, making sense of education reform and policy changes districts may face even before they are on the horizon. And what we currently see on the horizon is what we have been seeing. Now is the time to double down, and that's just what we are going to do. To help districts reduce costs and time associated with technology, our technology service teams is working hard to standardize the technology used by districts throughout the county. Special education trained 400 educators countywide on the new computerized New York State alternative assessment and conducted a week-long scoring institute for 70 scores throughout the county. This is the third year of the Long Island Pre-K initiative, which we are working on jointly with Suffolk County BOCES and Long Island's Child Care Councils. This program has helped hundreds of early childhood educators receive significant professional development and has kept Long Island's need for its share of pre-K funding in the spotlight. We are also rethinking of how to provide our programs as districts' needs change. We have seen tremendous growth in our in-district educational programs. Our regional summer school program has grown from serving 12,420 students in 2014 to nearly 25,000 students this year. A few years ago, we began offering an in-district twilight alternative high school program in the afternoon for students who have not succeeded in the traditional learning environment. We are now serving nearly 500 students in 9 districts. We are also seeing the growth in in-district career and technical education programs. Another issue that we are also increasingly aware of is the challenge our county faces with heroin and opiate addiction. We have been talking with other Long Island BOCES to determine whether there is a role for us supporting these students in recovery. Sometimes we see things on the horizon and sometimes the communities push us. Last year I mentioned during a discussion with superintendents about the ways to offset the pressures of the tax levy cap. One of our Nassau County's leading superintendents encouraged his colleagues to make sure that they were making all eligible purchases through us, through BOCES, thus capturing state reimbursement aid they are entitled to by working with us. Our districts embrace this idea, and it shows in many of our support services. One of the biggest examples of this can be seen in our Department of Curriculum Instruction and Technology, which has seen a 16% increase in district participation in its services this academic year. Partnerships are critical to our success, not only with our component school districts, but in staying on top of industry trends, post-secondary education opportunities, and the challenges facing families. This year, we concentrated on strengthening and expanding some relationships. We held our first Nassau County PTA dinner, which with their membership was able to meet with students and principals from all our educational programs. We launched an adult career and technical education advisory board to help us ensure that the programs match industry needs and skills currently used. Our adult education programs also held a roundtable for community-based organizations so that they are aware of all the educational programs we offer to adults. In addition, we gained insight to the needs of community-based organizations, seeing it firsthand. Our high school programs continue to build articulation agreements with post-secondary institutions. In addition, we have partnered with several colleges and universities to offer credit-bearing courses on our campuses. One of the most exciting new partnerships is with Nassau Community College. Next September, special education will operate a full-time class for students on the campus. The students will receive college credit and participate in all campus activities. Dr. Lydia Begley, our Deputy Superintendent, co-chaired a Long Island Regional Advisory Council on Higher Education Committee that was tasked with creating and distributing a survey to all K-12 school districts on Long Island, as well as universities, to examine best practices to ensure that students are college and career ready. The results of these 2 surveys, in conjunction with a comprehensive literature review, was presented at a regional conference hosted by Malloy College to teachers, administrators, university presidents, board members, and the Commissioner of Education, Mary Ellen Healy. We are constantly working to make our programs even stronger. Our Adult Learning Center has updated and expanded all 6 levels of English as a second language curriculum. Special education and regional schools and instructional programs are both incorporating a suite of tests called AccuPlace that colleges and universities use to predict preparedness for college students. Special education has also created a new initiative focused on helping to raise the academic standards for the neediest children we serve. Barry Tech is adding a new course in computer science, and the agency has committed to a multi-year upgrade of our financial and data system, PeopleSoft, to make it more user-friendly. I also need to mention the ongoing efforts to build enrollment at the Long Island High School for the Arts. This year, LISA has 126 students, up 27% from last year. We've created an advisory group focused on the development of strategies for working with arts supporters and expanding awareness of LISA as a regional resource. Our other actions include creating a new honor society chapters for dance and music, developing an internship program for students, increasing open houses and other public events, and developing course marking methods with other art institutions. Another area of great pride this year was our successful public vote to purchase the Carmen Road School. Nassau BOCES' longstanding strategy of owning buildings instead of renting them has saved Nassau County taxpayers millions of dollars. We hope to purchase another of our rented facilities next school year. We are currently in negotiations with the Belmore Merrick Central High School District for the purchase of the Jerusalem Avenue Elementary School, which is also home of the Children's Readiness Center. We have made a number of other significant facility changes this year, including demolishing buildings at our Haskett Drive complex that are no longer usable, moving the Facility Service Department, Central Administration, and Project Management team to the Farber Center, upgrading the Farber Center instructional support space, upgrading Barry Tech's West Wing to meet student demand in construction and electrical trade programs, and to create a state-of-the-art auto mechanic shop, upgrading the air conditioning and heating systems at Rosemary Daniels, and adding a warming kitchen at the Iris Wolfman High School. I'm going to finish the way we started, paying tribute to Nassau BOCES' 50th anniversary. You probably noticed there are some tubes over here. They are one of 8 time capsules we will be placing at different sites that we own. They will be opened during the Nassau BOCES 75th anniversary in the year 2042. You are all invited. I had to stick with the script. Coffee will be the same coffee we got today. We're going to put in a tiny and I will walk it to you on my walker. You gotta get back to the script. Enough levity. Let me close by saying that Nassau BOCES is defined by its dedicated employees, focused on improving the lives of our students and communities each and every day. I thank you for what you do. May God bless.